Good afternoon. We are in Orlando, Florida. Probably would be a bad place to be right now. We'll be flying out of Orlando Sanford International Airport. Um, by the way, it's a beautiful place. We're actually flying from the beach to the mountains. We're going to Asheville, North Carolina. Some of the tools we'll be using today as we prep for this, and we'll start from cold and dark, is Active Sky. This is I just started using Active Sky. In fact, we're doing a daytime flight because I want us to be able to see just how good it looks. I've heard good reviews about it. Q8 has been very complimentary of it, but I thought it was worth the money. I have never had it until now, so I went ahead and took the plunge. We'll be on Say Intentions if you're the latest version, and they update all the time. I really have to give them credit, but Say Intentions. So now, Brian is my co-pilot. It doesn't always get it right. There are times he gets a little bit forgetful. I thought he was getting forgetful on another flight, and I was like, dude, aren't you going to say something, or aren't you going to do your job? And then I realized I had him. I didn't have him in charge of comms, and all it took was saying, Brian, you're in charge of comms, and we're back to normal. The airport we're going into, by the way, today is Asheville Regional Airport, up toward the mountains. Man, it's a nice place up there. It's near the cove. There's just beautiful territory. Certain times of the year, it's better to go than others, but in any case, I like going. We're flying today for Allegiant Airlines, and I I've really enjoyed working. I like Allegiant, I think, because first of all, I like their tools. I like their the software they use to schedule flights. A lot of good stuff. I mean, it's very easy to use. But I also fly for uh, some other airlines, like just to get some experience out in Europe. I fly for some of the newer ones. I even fly for that New Sky, which is kind of like the farm league to get to Alpaca. You have to go there first and get your numbers up, but it's neat. So we'll start cold and dark. If you're new to X-Plane and even the Zibo mod, I hope this will be helpful today. So let's get in the driver's seat. Okay. Um, Here we go. Battery guard. Let's do it by the letters today. Our preliminary is going to be battery switch. Um, I also always, uh, I don't do the ground power. We're going to go straight for.
Then turn left onto taxiway Foxtrot. Following the Embraer, turning left onto Foxtrot Gulfstream 671 Gulf Sierra.
We're going straight for the APU.
Stationair 1914 Quebec, Sanford ground. Cleared VFR to New Smyrna Beach at or below 2500 feet. Departure on 135.3, squawk 4644.
APU bleed on.
Contact departure on 135.3, squawk 4644, Stationair 14 Quebec. Stationair 14 Quebec, read back correct.
Good noise there. It's tailpipe singing, as I say.
American 1046 give way to the Airbus off your right.
On 8 Echo Bravo, I just had a vehicle go through my wing.
Okay. All right, explain. Okay. Here we go. Service interphone, engine panel, oxygen panel. And by the way, let's give it a.
Delta 2636, you're next. You can monitor on 12385.
We'll go up into our warning test.
And ground, Sirius 8 Echo Bravo, we're all good. We're ready to continue our taxi to 16.
This model, I don't know why,
Cirrus 8
but
Echo
if you,
Bravo, taxi to runway 16 via Victor Alpha.
I'll double check and see if I,
He taxi to 16 via Victor Alpha, 8 Echo Bravo.
let's do our test here.
American 1046 it is. Follow the 75 from your left. And you come on a turn on 12385. Okay, Lima 1 for the 75 from the left, American 1046.
Cessna 908 Charlie Echo, hold short of taxiway Echo awaiting further instructions.
Hold
Short of taxiway Echo, Cessna 908 Charlie Echo.
Comanche 8351 Papa Orlando Sanford Ground Piper to open your flight plan to Daytona, contact Orlando clearance on 123.975. Information Quebec is current.
Pre-flight initial data and our navigation data and our performance. I'm not gonna check that yet. Don't do that. I don't like that. RS position. Init ref. GPS.
Southwest 115 monitor 12385.
Flight plan request. This is Zibo specific in terms of how easy this is. I will say that, and it can spoil you when you go to others and you have to put in every waypoint. KSFB to KVFVL. That's correct. I'm going to go ahead and see we're going on the worms. I took the discontinuity out. We'll go to airside services, load OFP.
Conrail ground, clear track 501 at ATP with information Romeo, ready to taxi to the active.
Career track 501, Conroe North Houston Regional Airport ground. Taxi to runway 14 via Hotel Delta Alpha. Contact tower on 124.125 when ready for departure.
Conrail ground, clear track 501, taxi 14 via Hotel Delta Alpha. Will switch to ground when ready for departure. Clear from track 501.
What you're hearing, by the way, is on say intentions. I want to show you something that y'all watch. So here we are.
Sierra, continue taxi via taxiway. Bravo cross runway 27.
So
Via Bravo crossing runway 27 Gulfstream 671 Gulf Sierra.
I have the chatter up just a hair. Canned, live multiplayer proximity. So I'll hear things from around me. I'm turning off that one though. And pre-recorded proximity, which that's where someone was in this vicinity and their recordings are like being used for chatter, and I'm sharing my audio. Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
Steve, you're still in charge of the comms for now.
Brian, you're in charge of the comms now.
Got it, Steve. I'll handle the comms from here.
Brian, get IFR clearance.
I'll get our IFR clearance.
Sanford Ground, Allegiant 242, requesting our IFR clearance. We have Papa.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Allegiant 242, cleared to Asheville. Radar vectors worms, then is filed. Climb and maintain 3000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.775, squawk 1564.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all
Sanford
loaded up.
Ground,
and you will
Allegiant
get
242, cleared to Asheville. Radar vectors worms, then is filed. Climb to 3000. Expect flight level 340 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.775, squawk 1564.
Allegiant 242, read back correct.
Boarding has started, Captain Steve, and the first passengers are aboard the plane. Hey everyone! Welcome aboard Allegiant Air Flight 242. We're flying to Asheville, which is, somewhere in the world, right? So, please take your seats according to your boarding
Cherokee
passes.
315 X-ray Papa,
Make
hold
sure
short
to
of
store your
taxiway
hand
Bravo,
luggage in
waiting
the
for clearance to enter the ramp.
or, under the
Holding
seats
short
in
of
front of you.
taxiway Bravo,
If
Cherokee
you need any help,
315
just
X-ray
holler
Papa.
at us, okay? We're here for you.
60 Golf Alpha, Sanford
Don't forget
Ground,
to follow me
information
on
Papa is
Instagram
current,
at
go ahead.
SI_Georgina for all the fun updates.
Ready for VFR departure, Scala 60 Golf Alpha. Correction, Charlie Medical 527 at Echo, once we go to Millionaire or
All right. Also, don't forget to, right now if you look, we're probably loaded all but passengers. See here? It says here for our passengers, we have to go to the no smoking and move it around and put it on auto. And you'll hear them boarding.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Brian, get clearance for push and start.
I'll request pushback clearance.
Ground, Allegiant 242, ready for pushback and start. We have Papa.
Allegiant 242, pushback and start approved, tail east.
Strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
We're going out on runway 27 right, which means we want to set our directors. To 27 right. RTO's active. Worms is a 340 heading of 342. So I'm going to have my heading here set so that when we take off and we enable our LNAV, we're good to go. That probably is against some SOP at some at an airline somewhere, I'm sure.
Right, Cessna 908, Charlie Echo.
Stationaire 14 Quebec, read back correct.
Sanford Ground, Stationaire. November 1914 Quebec is at General Aviation Parking, ready for taxi VFR.
Stationaire 14 Quebec, contact Sanford Ground on 121.35 for taxi.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
You see where we are right there. This is cheating, but I do it anyway. I don't care. So we see that's runway 9. And if we'll look down here, we'll take a quick jaunt.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
And you see that's 27 right. We're taking off on 27 right. That just gives you a perspective. So when we come out, we're going to be coming down the taxiway here to get to 27 right. It makes it easier. The sky's pretty, by the way. That's an active sky for X-Plane 12. My understanding is if you have X-Plane 11, don't hold me to this, but if you have X-Plane 11, you get a free upgrade if you have X-Plane 12. What is going on there? What? Was that like a airplane graveyard? What are they doing there? I don't know.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
We good there? Yeah.
Hawker 511 Hotel Alpha Taxi to holding point Charlie 1 via taxiway Golf and Echo.
Taxi to holding point Charlie 1.
We're looking right here.
Echo Hawker 511 Hotel Alpha.
Bring it up.
Allegiant 3060, Stanford ground taxi to gate 85 at your discretion. Have a good day.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Foxtrot Romeo, hold short of runway 22, waiting for departing traffic.
Holding short of runway 22, Falcon 7.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
8351, Papa Orlando Stanford ground Piper. Orlando ground to open your flight plan to Patrick Air Force Base contact. Clearance delivery on 123, 0.975. For taxi advise ready with information, Mike.
Alright, let's walk through here yaw damper. Window heat. Check. Left and right. Probes. Check. Hydraulic pumps, check. Engines to continuous, check. Altitude is 34,000. Fans, packs to auto. APU bleed. After engines, buses are on is off. Landing lights are on. Runway lights on. Taxi is on. Strobe is on. And these fuel pumps won't be on long centers, but they got 710 pounds in them, I think.
Hey Tanya, you trying to delete me out? Just redo me. Oh, did he? Alright. Yeah, tell her to delete me out and go back with my phone number and put it in. I can text her and make sure she's lost the phone number and see if I can contact her.
Cherokee Tree 15 X-ray Papa, hold short of taxiway Delta traffic on final approach.
Holding short of Delta Cherokee 315 X-ray Papa. Station Air 14 Quebec. Say again your request. Sanford ground. Station Air 14 Quebec. Is that general aviation party? Regular taxi. Station Air 14 Quebec, contact Sanford Tower on 120.3 for taxi.
What is that?
Where were we? I kind of violated the sterile cockpit thing there. By the way, I like those up just a little bit there. I went ahead and I didn't have to do that yet because that's a landing altitude, but that is our landing altitude, 2100 at Asheville. So it's in. Let's go check our checklist because we can get sidetracked. Our initial init ref, we got 1.2 for reserves.
315 X-ray Papa, cross runway 20, contact tower on 123.4.
and everything else is loaded.
Contacting tower on 123.4 Cherokee 315 X-ray Papa.
I'm fine with this here N1 limits. We're going to be doing 15 flaps. That gives us a 136, 137, and 146. So up here in our mock setting, we're going to put in 146. There we go. And for our altitude, we're putting in 34. Now we're going to have a step climb where it's wants us to stay at a certain altitude, but it's safe for me to do what I'm doing now. Earlier, if you remember, our instructions from the tower or from ground was we're going out on a radio vectors with worms, maintain 3,000 and expect 340 and 10 minutes after departure. So I may have to adjust on that. I'm kind of betting on them going a little going fast enough to where I don't have to wait for them to tell me. They'll go ahead and tell me and I can continue climbing. Alright. Right. This mode control. We checked oxygen already. Our clock. Nozzle steering is set, by the way.
892 Tango Oscar, hold short of taxiway Echo, waiting for clearance to enter the ramp.
Holding short of taxiway Echo Tornado 892 Tango Oscar.
I did my light test already.
Command 251 Papa Orlando, Sanford ground taxi departing at your discretion. Remain this frequency. Have a good day. Taxi departing at my discretion. Remaining on this frequency. Good day. Command 251 Papa.
And I got my seatbelt on virtually. Okay. Flap set to 15. Good here. Hydraulic pumps are on. Engine start. We are already there. And generators are on the engines. Probe, heat, yes. We don't need either one of these. Pack switches are auto, isolation valve, APU bleed. Engine start levers are to continuous. Flaps are set for takeoff. We're ready.
departure, Captain Steve.
Learjet 333, Lima Juliet, hold short of taxiway Delta traffic crossing ahead.
242.
Holding short of taxiway Delta Learjet 333, Lima Juliet.
It's Florida to Asheville, which is in North Carolina, right? So, like, please take your seats according to your boarding passes, and make sure to stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or, like, under the seats in front of you. If you need any help, just holler at us, okay? Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina for all the fun updates.
Georgina's
Now,
flight attendant.
let's get into the safety stuff, okay?
She's a
So,
social influencer.
first things first, to fasten your seatbelt,
So she's
you just like
constantly
insert
going,
the metal
"Don't
tip
forget to
into the
load."
buckle until it
Don't
clicks.
forget to load.
And to unbuckle, you just pull the buckle up. Super easy,
Don't forget to
right?
follow.
In case of like a sudden loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from above you. Just pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Don't worry about the other people around you. Just make sure you put your mask on first, okay? And if we need to, like, evacuate, there are, emergency exits located at the front, middle, and back of the aircraft. Just follow the illuminated signs and remember, the closest exit might be behind you. Oh, and we have life vests under your seats. To use them, just pull them out, put it over your head, and pull the straps to tighten. You can inflate it by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tube. So, like, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. We expect to be in the air for about, 1 hour and 14 minutes or something like that. And after we serve snacks, I'll come around selling some cute stuff from the Allegiant shop. Thanks for being here, and remember, if you have any questions, just ask.
Falcon 762, Foxtrot Romeo, hold short of runway 22, waiting for departing traffic.
Holding short of runway 22, Falcon 762, Foxtrot Romeo.
Ron, would you get our takeoff clearance?
I'll get our takeoff clearance.
Stanford Tower, Allegiant 242, holding short of 27 right, ready for takeoff.
Allegiant 242, Stanford Tower, runway 27 right, winds 280 at 3. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27 right, winds 280 at 3. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff. Allegiant 242.
Right, RTO, Anti-skid set to RTO. Reject takeoffs. Flaps 15. Packs auto. VR and V1, V2 set. N1.
Mooney 824 Foxtrot Delta cleared for immediate takeoff, runway tree. Cleared for immediate takeoff, runway tree, Mooney 824 Foxtrot Delta. Go to ground on 121.35.
Allegiant 354, you were not cleared to take off. Advise when ready to copy a phone number for possible pilot initiation.
80 knots.
Ready to copy phone number, Allegiant 354.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive green.
Gear up. VNAV. LNAV.
1000.
Allegiant 242, contact departure on 119.775.
Switching to departure on 119.775. Allegiant 242.
Flaps 5.
Orlando departure.
Flaps retracted.
Allegiant 242, good afternoon, passing 1,000 on the climb.
Command A.
Allegiant 242, Orlando departure, radar contact cleared, direct worms, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Direct worms, climbing to flight level 190, Allegiant 242.
Now I've gotten dinged every time on the landing lights. Let's see if I do it right this time.
Allegiant 242, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climbing to flight level 270, Allegiant 242.
The announcement has been made, Captain Steve. Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude, and you can use your electronic devices. Yay! Just remember to keep them in airplane
Okay. When we get to Asheville, we're coming out of runway 17. It's only one runway. We're coming at ILS.
Legion 242, contact Daytona departure on 134.0.
Our frequency is 110.90.
0981 Tango Mike, descend to 2000 cleared ILS 18. Descending to 2000 cleared ILS 18981 Tango Mike.
Contacting Daytona departure on Daytona departure, Allegiant 242, good afternoon, passing 13,000 feet, climbing to flight level 270.
Allegiant 242, Daytona departure, good afternoon to land altimeter 30.11.
30.11. And we're only 400 miles from Asheville.
Allegiant 242, Daytona departure, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climbing to flight level 330. Allegiant 242.
Reset the flight directors. Runway 17. And lug to heading. Anti-skid to 2, that'll be for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a passenger Escobar. Passenger Escobar. This is in regards to a special meal. Would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
He flies a lot. If you're wondering why I'm not quote-unquote teaching, or I'm still getting my feet wet. So some of what I'm doing is I'm still learning. And I highly recommend some of the other pilots. Q8 is one I really like listening to, and along with
Allegiant 242, climb and maintain flight level 340.
he's probably the main one I listen to, and there are several other ones.
242.
Alpaca Airlines is by the way, I'm having a brain fart here for a second. But the Flying Scotsman, very good. That's just, they're credible and really seem to know what they're doing. Anyway, so we're going from Florida to Asheville, from beach to mountains today.
Allegiant 242, contact Jacksonville Center on 134.575.
Contacting Jacksonville Center on 134.575. Allegiant 242.
I'll probably go in flaps 40, because it's a smaller runway.
Jacksonville Center, Allegiant 242.
And
Good
Asheville.
afternoon, passing flight level 230, climbing to flight level 340.
Allegiant 242, Jacksonville Center, good afternoon.
It's 8,000 feet, which is plenty to stop, but I still prefer a little wiggle room. let's look at what we want to do here. So let's get rid of that discontinuity. So Keens is the last one before the runway. We'll say we'll go Woogag at 5,000. Woogag. We'll put in here. I'll show you. Check our altimeter. 3013.
Piper 456 Alpha Bravo cleared into the Bravo airspace. Maintain 6500. Cleared into Bravo. Maintaining 6500. Piper 456 Alpha Bravo. Check the center. Good afternoon.
Whoa, no trouble.
Jacksonville Center, United, slowly engaging if we get cleared up square to the altitude of flight level 370. United 288, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Now we'll request our descent winds. We're 260 miles from top of descent. So when we come in on this route, we will go to Weeks, turn around, come back down to Keens, I think, and do a whip around and set up for runway, the runway right there. I'll double check that. See if I can walk it through. So we're coming in and we make it to Weeks.
Hawaiian 104 climb and maintain flight level 410.
Well, it has me going
Hawaiian
straight to Woogag, I think. Yeah, so flyer. To Woogag. And then at Woogag I will turn around and come back down to Keens.
1,000 to go.
So turn around. Keens, and then I'm set up for the runway. Okay. cruise altitude.
Oh my gosh, we are now at a super safe height. Yay! You can totally use your electronic devices now. Just remember to keep them in airplane mode, okay? And like after our snack service, I'll be coming around selling some cute stuff from the Allegiant shop. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for being awesome. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at SI_Georgina for all the fun updates.
Okay, so now that we're top of the climb, we're leveled out. We have the seatbelt signs off, and we will now reset our altimeter, or altitude. Okay.
Maintain 300 knots. Maintaining 300 knots. JetBlue 222. Air Transat 271, Jacksonville Center, good afternoon.
Oh, the clouds. This is active sky thing. The clouds look awesome. Those look awesome. You even see the detail here of the darker spots in the clouds. Wow. Right. What I do like about saying tensions in particular is you see already where we're told to contact Jacksonville Center, and Ron takes care of all that. I don't have to think about it. He changes the frequencies on my radio. I don't even have to think about it. In fact, I'll show you my radio. And then my display. get an idea where we are right now. So we're still in Florida. This moves kind of fast. It's a pretty straight shot to Asheville. Asheville, where I live, is about a 3-hour driving distance. Yeah, 2.5.
American 880, descend via the star transition to approach at 134.9er. Descending via the star, switching to 134.9er, American 880.
Allegiant 242, Jacksonville Center. Expect the ILS runway 17 approach into Asheville. I'll have you descending in about 15 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner. Expecting ILS runway 17 approach into Asheville. Allegiant 242.
No, we don't need an earlier descent really for this, and because we're descending kind of high up. Let's look outside. Oh, this is beautiful. That's my understanding from some of the reviews I've seen of Active Sky, in that it's a lot more accurate than the built-in X-Plane. Although the X-Plane looks good, but in terms of the actual authenticity, it's probably Active Sky probably does a better job. They're puffy.
Maintain separation with traffic ahead. Reduce speed to 200 knots. Reduce speed to 200 knots for separation. United 758.
Still review.
Command 291 Papa. Roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
we're set for that. Do a quick check. We have no need of anti-ice on this flight. Good.
Cirrus 555, Sierra Mike traffic alert, 1-2 o'clock, 4 miles opposite direction. Traffic in sight, Cirrus 555, Sierra Mike.
What a cloud cover. I'll show you the interface for Active Sky. Active Sky XP. So we're going to go to Map. And, oh, we need to load. Sorry, we need to load our flight plan. We have to learn this. So
New York Center on 133.2. Switching to New York Center 133.2.
flight plan, sim brief. So that's loaded. So the map needs to refresh. Let me see. So let's see. Let's see what. What I'm trying to figure out is why the map is not refreshing. Someone knows, let me know. The map it's showing a display right now is the old map from my earlier flight. Let me see if I can figure it out. That's what I'm going to have to figure out. I don't know. That's
American 350 traffic alert.
Not sure what it is.
Flight level 340.
Try it again.
Climbing immediately to flight level 340. American 350.
That is kind of cool. You can undock that, but that's still not the right map.
Allegiant 242, contact Atlanta Center on 127.905.
Switching to Atlanta Center on 127.905. Allegiant 242. Atlanta Center, Allegiant 242. Good evening, maintaining flight level 340.
Allegiant 242, Atlanta Center, good evening.
You see what I just did? Okay. Not sure why it works that way, but hey. So it's just the maps that's worldwide.
FedEx 101 Heavy reduced speed to 280 knots for sequencing.
Moving to 280 knots, FedEx 101 Heavy. American 2909. Descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 29 or 9 or 4.
we're 81 nautical miles from the top of descent. I think we'll probably start going down at about the 50 nautical mile from mark. Should be plenty of time. Clouds are breaking up a little bit.
Allegiant 242, Atlanta Center. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Descending and maintaining flight level 240. Allegiant 242.
We're starting. I call that crab flying. Crab flying. That's really neat. That's what Active Sky's doing here. What just the map layout. It's all right. So
Southwest 887.
we already have anti-skid set to 2. We have our frequency loaded already. 110.90, which is the Asheville frequency. So we're pretty good shape. Let's see where our descent's going to take us. See it looks as though we're getting ahead of our descent. The vertical deviation continues to grow, but as you see here on the under plier, we did start descending a little early, but now that we're going to WUGAG, we should have plenty of time, and it will even out when we get to WUGAG. And you don't want to descend too early in the mountains. Get what I mean? See how we did. I'm still learning, but the hardest thing to learn is how to properly descend. But the more you get familiar with your VNAV, and for that matter even your other like descent tools, it begins to make a lot more sense. It's more of a science than it is a guess.
American 2627 descends via the Banker 5 arrival.
310. Crossing Lander at flight level 310, Spirit 117.
Man, it's beautiful up here.
Maintain speed 2809, American 1096.
Northwest 7007, maintaining flight level 380.
Northwest 7007, Atlanta Center, good evening.
Where we're landing today is not a widely, well, I tell you, since the west, since Helena hit, Asheville's airport has gotten really busy, but typically it's not that busy.
Legion 242, descend and maintain 14,000, altimeter 30.17.
Descend and maintain 14,000, altimeter 3017, Allegiant 242.
Legion 242, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000, Allegiant 242.
I think what he's doing is he's just giving us our clearance to be down at that altitude, because that's where I'm heading. I like our rate of descent, or speed. Everything's just where it's supposed to be.
And the 632 Alpha Bravo squawk 5260 ident.
Squawk 5260 and ident Bonanza 632 Alpha Bravo.
American 2627 Atlanta Center, roger.
Atlanta Center, American 2627, transmission on the back of flight arrival.
American 2627, distance to Banker waypoint under Banker 5 arrival is 89er miles.
Sick at our rate of descent where we are. That's perfect right there, because we're actually passing the airport, and to turn around and come back, and that means that by the time we turn around we'll be back down to 5,000. We could. it's time for us to switch from standard on our altimeter. 3017.
November 9537, Foxtrot, climb and maintain 1000.
Climb 1000, November 9537, Foxtrot.
Allegiant 242, request altimeter.
Allegiant 242, altimeter 30.17.
30.17, Allegiant 242.
Situation. I just caught a passenger trying to sneak a smoke in the lavatory. I think they thought it was like a secret hideout or something. I mean, who does that? I told them it's totally not allowed, but they were like super insistent. What should I do?
There's an air marshal sitting on the 7th row. Have him take action.
That's a no-go. So please remember that smoking is not allowed on this flight, okay? Thanks for your understanding.
Allegiant 242, roger. Please confirm your current situation and intentions.
Allegiant 242, disregard what I just said. There's an air marshal on the 7th row.
Roger, disregard last.
Have him take action.
Oh my gosh, Captain Steve, an air marshal? That's like super serious. I'll go let him know to take action right away. Hey everyone, just a quick heads up. We have an air marshal on board, so everything is totally under control. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thanks for being awesome.
Georgina, great job. Way to stay on top of things.
Oh my gosh, Captain Steve, thank you so much. You're like totally making me blush. I just want to keep everything super chill for our awesome passengers, you know? You're the best.
We're doing good on our rate to get down to 5,000. So our descent rate's just right. Good job. Give a gold star to VNAV.
Allegiant 242, contact Asheville departure on 125.8.
Switching to Asheville departure on 125.8, Allegiant 242. Asheville departure, Allegiant 242 evening, descending through 16,000 feet down to 5,000.
Allegiant 242, Asheville departure. Good evening, Asheville, altimeter 30.17.
Allegiant 242, Asheville departure, turn left heading 340 vectors for the ILS runway 17 approach. Left heading 340 for the ILS runway 17 approach. Allegiant 242.
Cleared for the visual 24, maintain 9 knots.
Cleared for the visual 24, maintaining 9 knots, 45 Charlie Papa. American 516, contact Atlanta Center on 132.625.
Climb and maintain 7,000, 8 Sierra Bravo.
6 Sierra Bravo, climb and maintain 8,000.
Allegiant 242, contact rear departure on 132.625. Switching to rear departure on 132.625. Allegiant 242. Rear departure, Allegiant 242, evening. Descending through 13,000 feet down to 6,000.
Allegiant 242, Greer departure. Good evening, Asheville, altimeter 30.17. Allegiant 242, Greer departure, turn right heading 360.
Turning right heading 360. Allegiant 242.
FedEx 1243, have your approach descend and maintain 4,000 cleared to direct column, join 27 localizer. Descending to 4,000 direct column, joining 27 localizer, 1243.
Delta 3897, Atlanta Center, good evening.
416, Atlantic Delta. Review, front level 236, descending to 3,000. 416.
Blue Air 416, Atlanta Center, good morning.
airport should be to our immediate right.
Legion 242, turn right heading 360.
I am going 360.
Turning right heading 360, Allegiant 242.
You had me on 360. Okay, I don't know if that's a snafu for ATC, but I was already at 360.
Thousand to go.
Allegiant 242, turn right heading 015.
Turning right heading 015, Allegiant 242.
2500.
That's where you get nervous.
Allegiant 242, 8 miles from Wugag. Turn right, heading 090 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 17 approach.
Right heading 090 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 17 approach. Allegiant 242.
Cessna 421 Charlie Mike, turn left heading 200. Maintain 3000. Down to 3000, 421 Charlie Mike.
Firefly 314, Atlanta Center, good afternoon.
2500.
Allegiant 242, contact Asheville Tower on 121.1.
Switching to Asheville Tower on 121.1. Allegiant 242. Asheville Tower, Allegiant 242 evening. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 17.
Allegiant 242, Asheville Tower, roger. Continue approach. Winds 130 at 8. Runway 17 cleared to land.
Runway 17 cleared to land. Allegiant 242.
Diamond 371 Bravo, Charlie turn left heading 270 vectors for sequencing.
Left heading 270, Diamond Tree 71, Bravo, Charlie. Clear to land, Delta 3077.
Delta 3077. Say again your request.
Clear to land, Delta 3077.
Bravo Charlie, make a right turn heading 180 traffic at your 9 o'clock, 1 mile altitude, 1500 feet.
Right turn to 180, looking for traffic, Diamond Tree 71, Bravo Charlie.
$2,500.
I've been kind of quiet, but I've been very disappointed with ATC's direction. I don't feel like they did me right, and it left me like floundering to get on the glide path. So I'm going back and beginning at Weeks. We're going up here to Weeks. We're going to turn around. We're going to come back to Woogag and Kings and hit our runway. but I'm very disappointed with ATC on this one.
Diamond 371 Bravo, Charlie turn left heading 270 vectors for sequencing.
Left heading 270, Diamond 371 Bravo, Charlie. Switching departure, reach 683 heavy.
So what we're doing now is I am going to go parallel to the Weeks waypoint, and then I'm going to activate LNAV and let it follow. Working my trim pretty good. Alright, let's activate LNAV again. Let you see what it's doing. See, it's going to go here. We're going to go back to Woogag. Then we're going to go back down to Keens.
Thousand to go.
433 Mike Whiskey, maintain current heading. Expect further instructions in approximately 5 minutes.
Maintaining current heading, awaiting further instructions. Citation 433 Mike Whiskey.
Asheville Tower, Skyhawk 2055, Romeo turning left base, runway 17.
Right, you see what we're doing now?
Asheville Tower, Skyhawk 2055, Romeo, final.
Still get a little nervous that close to the mountaintop. It's not as close as it looks, but it is to me. See that number there? That's our actual altitude. So that's how close we are.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Left turn, heading 280, maintaining 2,000 feet, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
121.9 or 1011 X-ray.
Asheville Tower, Skyhawk 2055 Romeo, short final.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous up here.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray holds short of runway 25 traffic on final.
Holding short of runway 25, Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray.
Contacting departure for 536 Lima.
TBS 2 Tango Bravo, contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er, TBA 52 Tango Bravo.
$2,500. 1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized. Mr. Birch, altitude set.
We're down to 150.
1,000.
Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray holds short of runway 25 traffic on final.
Holding short of runway 25, Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray.
121.9 is your fast. 05. National Tower, Western 070, turning left base, runway 17. National Tower,
500.
Western 070 is 5 miles of Asheville. Inbound for full stop landing with information to Sierra.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
80 knots.
Allegiant 242, welcome to Asheville. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Switching to ground on 121.9er. Allegiant 242. Asheville ground, Allegiant 242. Evening. We're clear of runway 17 and ready to taxi to the gate.
Allegiant 242, Asheville ground, taxi to 15 via Alpha 3, Alpha, Charlie. Good day.
Runway 15 via Alpha 3, Alpha Charlie. Allegiant 242.
Going in. I'm going to get dinged for my landing lights, but that's alright. I'll take it.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo, hold short of taxiway Delta traffic on final approach. Holding short of taxiway Delta, Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
I cannot say that I've ever been to a
ADL7 departure, then it's filed, climb and maintain 6,000.
this part of
7,010 minutes
the
after
airport.
Departure on 1258, walking 6625, 8 Sierra Bravo.
Sierra Bravo, read that, correct?
Asheville ground, Sears November 8 Sierra Bravo, ready to copy IFR clearance to Tri-City Regional with information Tango.
Alright. We get a GPU.
Going to the land, all overhead
It's pretty up here. I wish y'all could see it from the angles I have, the two screens I have on each side. Make it look really nice.
Learjet 333 Lima Juliet, taxi to runway 27 via taxiways Golf and Hotel. Taxiing to runway 27 via Golf and Hotel Learjet 333 Lima Juliet.
2055 Romeo, contact tower on 121.1.
Contact tower on 121.1 for departure clearance. Skyhawk 2055 Romeo. Asheville ground, Skyhawk 2055 Romeo is taxiing to general aviation parking.
Red, two white. That's good.
traffic on final.
All right. So what? Safe and successful flight. All right. I guess from the heart of the Asheville Mountains, I'll see you on the next flight. Thanks for riding.